keep moving. We're moving into the game that I think will be the game of the round. And I've purposely left the number one off here. Obviously, Reece Walsh is suspended. So I will get your thoughts on that when we do talk about this Brisbane side. I do expect that it will be Tristan Saylor to come in and play in that number one jersey for the Brisbane Broncos. But a good side on paper. They are having now, obviously, the last couple of weeks, they have copped a lot of injuries. You've got Reece Walsh, who obviously is suspended for Origin and 2 NRL games. So he'll have this game, Origin, and 1 game after. You've got Kurt Capewell, who's out. You've got Thomas Flegler, who's out. And you've got Jordan Ricky, who could be out for the season. So you've got 4 players that I want to say were probably instrumental in how well this season is going. I think they do have the depth to avoid what happened last year, but it's always great to jump on Twitter and see their fans melting down because of all these players that are out. And is it going to be the same thing as 2022? But I guess give me your thoughts on Brisbane this year as a whole, how you think they're going to go this week, and obviously the major talking point coming out of Brisbane, the 4-hour judiciary, the 3-week suspension, they missed their flights home. Talk to me about Reece Walsh.
Reece Walsh, I think he got what he deserved. Whether you want to say he was swearing at, in the vicinity of the referee, whatever you want to sit on, I think regardless, you get 3 weeks. We saw Brendan Smith call a referee a treat, get 3.
Did you? Sorry, I'll just jump in. Did you see David Feeder's defense for him? Have you read that yet?
I did read it. You know, he thought he was talking to the referee. He was there to defend Reece Walsh, and it backfired. Yeah, it wasn't the best.
So I'll just read the quote for obviously people that haven't heard it. He was there to try and tell the judiciary that he was standing next to him and Reece Walsh was speaking to Carrigan. But the way he said it was, I was right there and had the perfect view of Paddy and Walsh. Walshy said what he said to the ref. Wait, sorry, I mean Paddy was there. He was talking to Paddy. The ref was behind him. So he probably put the final nail in.
There was more than that. Other things like the NRL looked at other incidences in that game where Walshy blew his lid at the referee, especially in the first half, and then the referee told Reynolds at halftime, call him down. And you know what? Even if now this is just me being the referee, if I believe that a player had sworn at me, you going? I would have sent him off.
Poster boy. That's why he didn't go. He's the poster boy.
I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're Latrell Mitchell, Tommy Turbo, James Tedesco, Paddy Carrigan.
I agree with you. But we have seen that the players that are poster boys
even if that was a 50-50 call, whether he swore at him or not. But I just go, well, he swore. I thought it was delivered at me, and you send him. And that's it. That's all you have to say.
10 plays for swearing, you'd lose about 25 players a game.
No, but it was right in the vicinity. I think there was a build-up towards it. If it was just a 1 hour, out of the blue sort of thing, okay, march in the 10. But with the incident, as I said, you got all the challenging of the decisions of the referee in the first half. Then the referee talks to Adam Reynolds to cool him down. It hasn't happened, or it doesn't look like it. Reece has got the message. It continues on, and then he's just blown his head, and he swore. I'd send him. But as I said, like if this was if this was James Tedesco and it was in that same in the moment, and he hasn't done anything all game, and he didn't, march in 10, and it'd probably be nothing of it. But because
I think what might have saved Walsh here, and obviously I'm talking from purely my thoughts here, having watched this game, I think the referee blew it. He thought it was directed towards him, but when Walsh runs up there and goes, I wasn't talking to you, sir, I think that's where he knew, okay, I've already given the penalty. I've already marched him 10. We'll let the judiciary deal with that, because the last thing he wanted to do was go, you go. It cost Broncos the game, and it's not directed towards him. So I think Walsh running in and pleading innocent as he does, I think that's what would have saved him from that sin bin.
Yeah, probably.
But again, like you said, let's stick to the positive. Let's stick to football. Brisbane, they are still sitting. I think they're second. They are still rolling at the moment. They obviously went down to the Titans. They have another Queensland
They're
derby.
first on my ladder.
Well, we're not going off your ladder because at the end of the season, that's not the ladder. So on the other ladder,
well, really,
they're
they
sitting
are because
second.
they've had one less bye than the Panthers. So really,
Okay.
they're
So
at
if
the
the
top of the
season
table.
finished today, who's coming first?
Well, you got to give everybody their bye points.
No,
So
if the season finishes today,
you
who's
got-
coming first?
if you're going to give everybody their bye points, Brisbane get another 4
If the
points.
season finishes today
So that's
and
what's
no
that?
points are added,
30. Yeah, 30. Yeah, that's it.
so the season finishes today, the Broncos are
Brisbane
second.
Broncos
They
will be on
currently
top. Brisbane Broncos will be on top. Panthers will come second, so they wouldn't go triple crowners, and that'll be a good sight to see. But that's just my.
well, they still might go triple crowners. They still might go triple crowners because they might delay 2 losses till next season so that they can get the premiership this year because they like to do that when it's Penrith. But
look, Brisbane
they
as a
are
whole, they're
playing.
playing good. They're playing good football. I'll give them that. They're playing.
Yeah,
great
they are
football.
playing good football. They are looking well. Adam Reynolds looks good, but I guess quickly, 30 to 60 seconds, have your quick say. What was your thoughts on obviously this team if they did get Ben Hunt? Obviously they didn't, but if they did, were they premiership favourites? Or are they premiership favourites next year?
I think they were. I think if they got Ben Hunt for the rest of the season, like it was reported that it was going to happen, their premiership contention goes up. I think 3 pegs. They'll probably look good. Not to say they don't look good at the moment, because they beat Penrith round 1. So really, anything could happen. So, as you said, probably Tristan Saylor goes at the fullback, or maybe Herbie Farnworth plays a bit of fullback for the next 2 weeks. And Tristan Saylor can slot in at centre. So time will tell. We'll see what happens. And really good. And as we jump into the Dolphins squad, they're a team that's really been affected by lack of depth and injury. Just Jeremy Marshall-King, thank you, and your wife for the signed fins that we got the other day. I'm currently getting that framed for you to hang up in my house. Anyways, but yeah, they lost him. Here's Nathan Cleary 2.0, Sean O'Sullivan back from his pec injury. They've had Kenneth Bromwich out for a period of time. Khalees Kafusi's been out for a while. Jesse Bromwich has also been out for a little bit here. They're missing Tom Gilbert as well, who would slot in at second row. So they've really had this sort of mixed season. They started off really, really well. Injuries, lack of depth really hurt them, and they've just slowly found this real sweet spot at the moment. They sit at the current stage in 11th, but let's not to say if they have their full strength, if they have all those players come back, which they do, I think they can go really, really deep into the season, especially into the postseason, into finals football, and they can really have a good dent. So that's what I'm going, Dolphins 1 to 12.
Yeah, I think I've got to agree with you here now. Obviously, this is a Dolphins side, and I want to talk about it now because I don't want it to sound sour when I talk about it when we get to the Roosters, but it's a Dolphins side that it might not be that they're missing like 2 or 3 massive players each week, but they're a new side. They've only had 1 preseason under their belt, and they're trying to get these combinations right. Boom, Sean O'Sullivan goes. They try to get the combination right. Kafusi is suspended. Bromwich is out. Jeremy Marshall-King is injured. The other Bromwich is out. Hammers at Origin. Asako's.
What a legend!
Who knows what's happening?
What a legend at Origin.
But like, what the point I'm getting to is, you've got teams that struggle when they have injuries. You've got teams that struggle when it's minor injuries in, out. There's no combinations. And then we sit here and people go, but aren't you shocked that they started the season so well? Well, yes, but we always knew that depth was going to be an issue. We always said that from the start of the season. We don't think they're going to be a bottom 4 side, but we do think that they're going to struggle with depth. So it wouldn't surprise us if they did go into the bottom 4 because they weren't going to get through the season unscathed. They were going to get injuries. No one expected Hammer to play this well, but he's playing brilliant. No one expected Asako to play this well, but he's doing brilliant. Katoa, he's young. He's got the keys to the city. He's doing what he needs to do. But for me, for Bennett next year, you need to sit down there and go, okay, we have enough. I believe we have enough halves to get through here. Will they have a crack at Ben Hunt? Maybe,
No.
but we've got O'Sullivan, we've got Katoa, we've got Milford. They've shown that that's not where we're losing the game. Where we need depth is in the big man up the front. Can we have a backup for Bromwich if he gets injured or suspended? Can we have a backup for Ray Stone? Can we have a backup for Kufafusi? Can we start to build some depth that we start playing next man up mentality? Can we get someone, and no disrespect to Nicarima, can we get a young kid who is happy to come on and play 10 minutes if Jeremy Marshall-King needs a break or if he gets injured? Another hooker that someone can play hooker, maybe they can play another position, because when he's out, they struggle. And we've seen that week in, week out. But good team on paper, great season so far, regardless of where they're sitting. I'm torn between, I think the Broncos are going to win, but I'm liking the Broncos. I'm really liking if they start to have a bit of a crumble, because I like watching their fans kind of squirm when they start to lose games. But I'm going to go to Broncos 1-12. And I haven't spoken to anyone about this. Obviously, like you said, thank you again to Simone and JMK for those signed fins. But obviously, Marshall-King, he was named last week. He dropped out of the squad for injury. Will he play? I don't know. And that's what's leaning me towards Brisbane. Yes, they're missing players, but they've missed players during Origin, and those players already know how to replace them. They already know how to come in, because while she's been playing Origin, they already know how to replace the likes of some other players. And then I look at the Dolphins and I go, Jared Wallace, he's still out. Branko Lee, he's still out. Tom Gilbert, he's still out. And I go, they're fatigued, they're injured, they're sore. I don't know if they can get the job done. But Baxter, you've gone 1-12 Dolphins. I've gone 1-12 Brisbane. We've wrapped up Saturday Night Football.